And we're back online on Twitch. Okay. Quick message on so Samsung okay. So we're live. I don't know why Twitter is running quite slow again, so let's try this. Yeah, okay. I think we are finally ready. Twitter seems to be quite late. I want to open 2 pages. Let me tweet directly from my phone. Would be better. Okay. Hey Twitter, it's live coding session 6. Okay, this is a simple retweet. So okay, nobody on the chat right now. Perfect. Okay, so here we are at 10:11. Okay, 10:11. So we need to make something a little bit quick, either etc etc. So yes, yesterday I was talking about an idea I had. Let me just reduce a little bit. Okay, I was talking about an idea I had for some body interpretation, and the main idea was to create a rock man, so spawning some rocks on the man and try to create this kind of rocky man, which I thought would be interesting, and I think it could be really interesting, but I think I would be doing that maybe tomorrow or the day after. Why do I say that? I say that because I just saw this beautiful image. I don't know if we can see. Yeah, why not? I just need to. Yeah. So I've seen this image with a lot of blue, green, etc., etc., which remember me of a project from Field, which is let me just change the. How can I say? Yeah, okay, no sound. Okay, so it's remembering a project from Field, which is I like to call this kind of studio experimental studio, like Informative and others. Basically, they're working on research around images, around new shapes, new colors, new way of expressing ideas, new ways of storytelling. It's more like digital arts, new media arts, as you want to say, and there are really a lot of using of generative design. They're creating interactive installation, etc., etc. And basically they inspired us in order to create our own studio, Bonjour Lab, 8 years ago. So yeah, 8 years ago. Oh my god. Okay, so this is Field, and one project I always love from them is, I don't think it's on their home page, but Yeah, it's not on the homepage. It's on the commission, I think, and it was for Monotype. I think you would know Monotype, which is basically a type studio. Yeah, this is it. Type reinvented, and they made this beautiful project where they investigate the universe and storytelling around types and everything, and this little blue and white curly little capsule splatter, I don't know how we can name this, and the movement were really beautiful, so smooth. This is this one, and I think, yeah, let me check if we can see it on Vimeo directly in order to set, yeah, so to have a, okay, so yeah, as you can see, they're revealing themselves, growing, and then moving, etc, etc. So I think you know where I'm going with this idea. Wow, yeah, so beautiful. I think you know where I'm going with this idea. When I show you this and when I show you this visual, which is creating a man with this little round shape, like how can we say that? Let me just check. I don't know all my words now. Yeah, tiles, of course, tiles. So little tiles, which can be also rotate on the vertices. Let me just change that. So the little tiles can rotate on the vertices, on the curl noise. In some kind like the video I've showed you before, so it might be interesting to have little tiles rotating around, maybe disappearing, reappearing, changing colors and everything. Why I think this idea, why I don't write this idea for tomorrow, etc., is because it's kind of an iteration from what we done yesterday. So we already have the rotation, we already have the curl noise, we already have everything, and the color management and everything. So it might be really interesting. So let's try this. Okay, so we had this, and I think the first step we will need to do is changing this little guy here. Oh my god, I think I didn't save, so it's okay. Let me activate the NDI to have the output. Yeah, here's the output. Okay, so so I think we will start from that, and as you can see, the color is quite in the same area as our reference, especially the Samsung reference. So first of all, we need to create these little tiles, and I think I will go with, again, it's an exploration, so of course this idea has been seen and again and again and again and again, no problem, but I want to try things, and if I have an idea I want to sketch it using Unity, so let's try that. Okay, so here we are on, okay, We'll not see the rest of the interface from C4D on Instagram because I really need to see what I'm making here. So we said we want a little tile, and I think I want something with a little volume on it. So not something too how can I say that? Yeah, too flat. You know. So let's try by the first idea would be to change simply this. So first of all, I will change this because I really don't like the basic quad sphere. You have this ugly vertices which merge, and so if you set a texture on it, everything will be just stitching on these parts and then collapsing. So no good. So first of all, we will start with an icosahedron, which basically is a sphere based on an ico, which is a Platonic solid. So as you can see, a Platonic solid is this one. So this is a Platonic solid, and you have different shapes of Platonic solid are shapes made by triangle, by rectangle, and then geometricals, and you can subdivide them, etc., etc. So an ico is this one. I think it's 12 faces, I think. And the main idea is you take an ico and you subdivide it, etc., 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 in order to obtain this beautiful sphere. And as you can see, there is no vertices collapsing, so this is great. And now what we can be simply doing is collapsing the shape on itself, simply by don't changing the radius or anything, simply by changing this. So up, let's say 001 for example. This is too flat, so simply 1. Yeah, something like that, for example. I don't remember the size, so yeah, it's 100 centimeters. So let's push it to 1 centimeter. So we will have a really small shape. Okay, so now it's round, so I don't want this to be round. So let's say a little bit more volume on it. Okay, might be interesting. Maybe 0.2 just to okay, and then we can also shrink it a little bit on these parts, not too much, but what's interesting by shrinking it here is that you can see it's now a little bit too heavier for this, so we can now shrink it again, and now this is what I had in mind. Of course, I cannot try to maybe reduce a little bit, not sure. As you can see, we have this kind of arc shape, so might be not interesting. So let's say let's keep 24 for now. Okay, so this is our basic shape, and now we can break it and we can change its position in order to we need to change now the position of the gizmo just to put the pivot on the right part. So let's think a little bit about the pivot. So in C4D we have something like that. Okay, so further, so this is forward, this is right, and this is up. And in Unity we have something like that, I think. Okay, so it's kind of the same. Okay, I just need to know on which part I need to. You know what? Let's try to reopen an old shape we made, which is this one, just to be sure on how we put yeah, we put this like this, and we needed to rotate it. I think it was on this part. Okay, so window, let's go back here. Okay, so we are here, so I need to, I've break the shape, I need to change its pivot position. So let's try this and going here. So by going here, it will be pivoting from the edge, so it might be interesting. Maybe a pivot not really on the edge, but a little bit inside, like, you know, when you have seen something pinched by two nail and it's rotating, so you can see a little part going up. So I think something like that. Okay. Okay, so the pivot is here, but as you can see, I've pushed the pivot on the edge and it's not on the right edge. So two things to consider. I can push, I can change this, or I can simply invert everything. So I need to shrink, not the, not the z, which will be equal to 1, but the x. Okay, and now we have everything we wanted. So I can create my, and I can export my obj file in the same, so we will name it tile singular. Okay. Okay, so we have our obj. So I think I don't need to save it, but let's first of all try to implement it. Okay, so we have our obj, which is loaded here, so no problem. Let's see what. Okay. Alors, so what's next? First of all, we need to duplicate this one. So again, we have the scene 1106, and as yesterday, hello Ego, ça va? Okay, so once again, it's always the same. I need to duplicate everything, so just to keep this iteration system. So control, compute controller and GPU. Okay, and I need to correct every script. So let's go back here and say 060606. Oops, 0006. Okay, so this is the controller. I need to change here the GPU mesh controller, and it's okay. Okay, so now I remove this one. We are on the 06, so no problem, and I can change it. So I need to report every value 151. Okay, On the mesh part, let's try the geo. Did I change the size the last time? No, I didn't change the size. So the geo might be the same size here. So let's put on this size. So we need to set the same size everywhere. So this, this size will be changed later. So okay, let's put this material right now. As always, I think we will create a new materials, but just to test everything. And as I've made a duplicate of this compute shader, so okay, let's remove this component, save everything, click play, cross finger, working. We have something like we wanted at first. Okay, so the first part of this would be to first of all freeze everything and place everything like tiles. So the tiles will not follow the normals, but I need to take the normals and then rotate it by 90 degrees. So content de voir que tu vas bien, Hugo. On attaque le week-end en bonne forme, c'est cool ça. So compute. So I wanted to fix everything, so let's try to fix everything. So if we remove every binding, here we are, our little shape. So let's now simply increase the size, and as our object has a specific size, I will not change the size on XYZ, so in order I will keep the ratio of the X, Y and Z components of this size. Okay, so we have now this little guy. Hey, salut Alex, comment ça va? Plaisir de te voir là. Alors l'apéro finalement ça s'est fait ou pas? Le Jagermaître, il est là, il est parmi nous. So this is not really what I wanted. Again, 005. Let's duplicate everything here, 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 and here. Okay. So the position is really not what we wanted. A little bit, but not what we wanted. Or is it? I don't really know. I think it's following, yeah, it's following the normal, so why not? Let's try to change this. So we have our forward, no problem. We use the forward and the up. What we use on the, not yesterday but the day before. The day before it was the up vector, and now we use the forward on the O6. Yeah, I think we used the forward minus forward yesterday to keep an orientation, but it was not, yeah, okay. This is basically now on the right orientation, but I need now to rotate it by 90 degrees on the, I think it would be the x-axis. So this is this one. Haha, yes. And now it's following the shape. Not entirely, and some might say it looked like a birdman. Du coup, je viens voir des gens qui ne faillissent pas au travail. C'est gentil, c'est gentil. Bah, j'essaye de maintenir un truc, c'est quand même bête de se planter au tout début du challenge, de tenir un mois de code tous les jours. Et c'est pour ça les week-ends, du coup, c'est plus simple, je vais pouvoir streamer dans la journée, je pense. Comme ça, je pourrai aussi dormir. So now we have this. Go back to English. So now this is something interesting. Okay. So this is what I wanted at first. Maybe we can simply change the model because I have an idea to change a little bit the elements. So I think it might be interesting to maybe go back with the dummy. I don't remember its size and how it works. So yeah, of course it's taking again on the controller. I need to pass the dummy. Non, je dors pas. Eh ben écoute, on va essayer de pas dormir alors. Yeah, so this dummy, okay, it's not, as I thought, not interesting because the vertices are not evenly distributed and there is more vertices in the hands than in the body. This is basically the main problem of this this dummy, and the last one is this one, and this one might be interesting. Yeah, let's remove this. Okay, and this one is a little bit more interesting because it's less recognizable, so I think we will go with that. But the main problem here is, as we know, it has only 5,000 vertices, and we spawn nearly what? Yeah, we spawn nearly 20,000 instances, so a lot of instances are in the same place. So what I had in mind was to create a little offset using the random based on the index, so the random will be fixed every time, and if I make a return random, I can move the element quite randomly around the vertices during the distribution. So let's try that at first. Okay, so this is the transform, and the transform, as we said, is here, so it's taking the position on the index. Okay, no problem. So now it's moving, but it doesn't has any random value. So let's create something like that. Float 3 random pose, and now we can say a random 3, and we can use this one, of course, we can use this random color value a little bit because if you want to animate the sync like appearing, disappearing on the mesh, we can use the loop inside the random, so every time the tiles or the feather disappeared, it can reappear on another place. So let's try that. It's basically the same, so when we will retake everything, I will try to not computing the same value again and again. So let's say position plus equal this value, and I think our shape will be explode because the random is going from 0 to 1, and it will be basically it will not be interesting. And also I think I made a really big mistake here, which is trying to create a random value. Where is it? Yeah, this is minus. So I have a float tree which return me a float and not. So I taking a tree and I'm returning a float tree. So I need to change that. I want to say something different, so let's check a little bit. One thing I can do is simply create an offsetter. So let's create something like that. Create offsetter. I think I haven't used this one. Okay, and the offsetter will be simply this float3. Okay, so now I have a base float3, and now I can say my random pose is a float3 with a random of the offsetter for the x, a random tree of the offsetter multiplied by, or I can add something like a random, not a random value, like multiplying by a random value, and also at last again another one which will be multiplying by something else. And now I think I have it. So now I think my mesh will be completely explode. Token error kernel at syntax. Yeah, I forgot a parenthesis. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, now we have this randomness. We can find some kind of pattern inside the random, as you can see, and everything is on one side. Why it's on one side is because our random value is returning from 0 to 1, so 0 1, and it's never going on this part, which is -1 -1. So I need to convert my random from 0 to 1 to -1 1. So by simply multiplying by 2 and subtract 1, it will be -1 1. So now it will be scattered all around the world of my body. So now, okay, it's kind of interesting to have all this little scatter. Look like some remnants of the body walking. Okay, but now I can simply say a float which will name random pose scale, and now I can simply say we have a scale for that, and the scale will be something like, for example, 0 1, and then we will multiply our random pose by this random pose scale, and let's see if 0 1 is enough. So as you can see, it's kind of enough. It's not perfect, but we can simply say maybe 0 5. Okay, so now we don't have a lot of hole inside our shape, and as you can see, they are all a little bit on random position. And it changes position every time, as you can see a little bit. It changed the position, but not the random. Oh, and we have some of them which are here, and I don't know why. Do we have this when we try to simply change the value here or not? No, I think, yeah, I think I know why we have this. Let me check here. I think we have this because we're trying to access a value inside the array which is not possible. Yeah, I push E, but the index is E modulo of post count. This is why we had also this kind of error on the last experiment. Okay, going back to our little guy. Okay, and now we didn't have any error, so, and we see a lot of little element, and I think it's a little bit too big for me, so the randomness, of course. So let's try to simply change it 0 1. Just a little random can be enough. If we disable the body, I think this one is not enough. 0 1 might be not enough, but I was this, so maybe this one. Yeah, now we have it. Okay, now we're talking. Maybe it's a little bit too big, so changing this might be also interesting, finding the best size of it. Okay, again, now we're talking. Let's try to increment a little bit and having 50,000 meshes. I think at 50,000, it's running. I didn't think it would running at 50, but I think it's really too much. So let's keep our number here, which is basically the number of vertices of our first dummy. Okay. We can also try now the difference between each one. Just to create some smaller one and some big one. Maybe too small. Maybe it's 25, which will be our smaller value. Definitely not. Okay, so let's say 0,015 for example to 25. Okay. We can maybe add a random value per element. Let's say, let's remember on the X we have the index, we have the norm time, we have the loop on the Z, and we use a noise color here on the W. Remember? Or maybe I can change this and use some of this data. So X will be the index. Of course, I need the norm time again, and I need the loop. But do I need the noise? Not sure. Maybe for the color, but because I want some kind of noise, but I can simply bind the noise to the color directly. So maybe the W here can be some random value from Unity, something like random dot value. So this is random val noise need to go on colors. So we will not be able to use the color anymore, but nah, why not? Okay, so if I made that, I can now simply say that this is a simple random value. So float rnd instances The idea is to feed the compute shader with a random value from Unity to try, per instance, to try to see if I can make some more organic distribution instead of relying only on my random function. So let's say this plus this, and let's add this here, and also maybe adding this here, and this, hoopla, and this here multiplied by 2, for example. Okay. So as syndrome, it's taking the color now because it's kind of normal, but I think it's interesting. And now we can simply change the random scale using a linear interpolations between, let's say, let's try the minimum value, for example this. So as you can say, these are a little bit too on the mesh, which is not interesting. Something we can try also is to, and we will try this later, it's taking the mesh from K0, which is interesting, but has some really a lot of hole in it, and maybe you can a little bit subdivide it, then recreating on Mixamo. Only if we have the time, because we only have 1 hour left. Okay, so I thought it might be interesting to use a linear interpolation between this and 0.020, 30 for example, 35 for example, and using this as using the random value as the offsetter, just to change and having some tiles going on different places. Yeah, it seems a little bit more organic to me on the distribution part, of course. So this is the position, the color we will retake it. Okay, this is on the shader. We can try to change the rotation, reactivate the same rotation as yesterday, might be interesting. And now we can maybe speed up the rotation a little bit. Where is it? Where is this rotation? This rotation speed was this one, I think. This is 0.1. Okay, and now it's moving along the curve, no problem, like I wanted. So sure, why not? Maybe a little bit too speedy, but yeah, why not? 0.5 on the noise scale. Try to changing a little bit and tomorrow, so just to check. No, it's too. I think I will need to have more curls, so if something like 2.5 might work. Okay. And if I disable the transform just to check how it's moving. A little bit too speedy, I think. So go back to this. And maybe only 2 might be interesting. Okay, and what happened if we also try to change the scale, which was basically this? I don't think I will play with the scale today. Let's try, but I don't think I will play with it. It's quite strange, it seems that it didn't scale. Yeah, you can see it scaling up and down, but it might be just to, let's say I say 100, need to have less value. Yeah, as you can see, there is some kind of little jig inside it, so we can change this one. So this is a curl noise, and this is based on the time and on the noise scale, and the noise scale was, yeah, it was really high. So if I say something like that, and a speed like that, might be quite different. Yeah, better. Okay, so now 2031. As we use another one, I think we can simply go by 20,000. Okay, and now reactivate the transform and the rotation for this one. And now we have something that I quite like. And I think something might be interesting is as the alpha color might be using also the noise all the time by taking only the minimum value between the two. Okay, looks quite interesting. Maybe we can increase, as we can see, a little bit the this is why I've simply I didn't close C4D, because I think we can bulk up a little bit the shape, just to have some more heavier shape. So let's try this, and we will try to update the tile. Okay, now it seems to be updated. I think it's updated. Yeah, it's heavier. Okay, perfect. Let's go back to the references, which was this. Yeah, I think we are quite here. Oh no, I click on the okay. Let's go back to the reference, which was this. I can change a little bit the shape. Now it's interesting, but I can make a modifier on it. I don't know which one might be interesting, but I was thinking about not the melt, but maybe the bend. Oh, it's quite a huge bend. Okay, so one by one by one. I think it's like that, no? Yeah, it's like that. Not sure which one I want to use, because I think it will be a little bit too... It's the bend, I think. I think it's the bend. And if I keep this here, yeah, this would be something like that. Creating some kind of something like that. Okay, now I can create a current state object. Okay, delete this one. Oh, and the top, I need the front. Okay. How many? Yeah, I think it's something like 45. Okay, so now I can say, hopla, I move this by 45. Okay. Oh, my god. I've applied everything, but oh yeah, I know why. Because I need to say this, and this was not what I wanted, of course. So if I want to move this in this part, it will be no. Is this or not? Yeah, this is it. This is okay. This is that. Let's apply it. Okay. And now 0, and and again it's not what I wanted. Okay, apply 0. Okay, and my pivot is not now on the good place, so I need to say it will be here, and on the top it is here, so no problem, but it needs to be something like that. Okay, apply, get the sphere, and going back to 0, 0, 0. Oops, yeah, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so now I have something like a chips, a chip, in fact. Okay, so we name this tile 2. Okay, going back here, tile 2, controller, and let's use the tile 2 and see. Yeah, we can see a little bit the shape, the curled shape, and it's, I think it's better. Okay, perfect. So I was thinking about binding to the properties here. So dot id, hopla, properties id dot x dot color dot rgb. This would be the noise color. This would be the ease time. Okay. And again, so we have here as the data we have x, the index, the norm time on x, on y, the loop, and the, oh no, we don't have the norm time here. This is a pure random here, so this data is random. Okay, but this place is available because my time is here, my is time is here, so I don't need a time. So right now this is available. Okay, no problem. Okay. So sure, and I said I want to bind here not the is time but the minimum value between, I think it's the noise scale and the scale, the minimum value between the scale and the noise and the time. So in order to see what's happened here, I need to change this here, to duplicate this and to say hello, we apply this, and to change our material here, and going back here, and I think we have, yeah, we have it, no problem. And now we will use in.color.a, so like that. We use the y-axis here to take the value here, so why not using again the random on the y-axis, no problem. I don't see any problem here. I use here the W, which is not the perfect color, but I think we can simply get the color dot R because this is a noise, so maybe we can move along the noise, no problem. Data W, min max, yes, this was the noise. Data W was the noise, so the noise is simply replaced by in.color.r, sorry. So this and this, okay. And the ramp, we don't need to multiply it because we have taken everything, so no problem. Metallic is okay, glossiness, ramp is okay, multiplying the ramp, no problem again. I think we have it, and I think I've not again, I've disabled, yeah, not right now, I've disabled this, so it was not ready to change. Okay, and yes, we have it. So as you can see, we have some hole in it, it's a little bit glowy, and I don't think we use the alpha, so okay. Where is my alpha test? Yeah, this is the alpha test. Just to disappear. I don't like that. Okay, I know how we can do that. Let's simply take this, my KG Roman, and we in the animator, so this is Neo, let's say don't move for a moment, just to be concentrating, just to we can concentrate on the materials. So as you can see, here it is. So now it's a little bit too disappearing. I don't remember how this works. So let's check the shader. I've used the min and max alpha. This was on the noise offset here. Oh, of course. This is not used yet because I was remapping here. Oh, I think I can simply set the discard value like that. But I don't need anything. Yeah, I will not need the alpha test, so if I say that. So now, if I reduce this, you can see every element behind 0.5 will be appeared, and now, okay, and as yesterday, if I say 0.3, so we'll have a disappearance. It will be disappeared quickly, so more hole inside, and maybe this time we can keep a little bit more hole inside the shape. So like 25, 75 for example, just to keep a little bit of the 25 is really too much, I think, or something like that. I want to see more of the color, because we will have some kind of ramp like that, so I think this value is better. Okay, so I can remove the alpha test right now, which is here because I don't use it, so it's here, so no problem. And it's ready. We just need to change the ramp, so it will not be a problem right now. I can say Neo here can walk again. And we have it. As you can see, we have this kind of bouncing inside the noise, and this is not quite interesting for me. For me, it's not quite interesting. It's moving, the noise is moving, so maybe we can bind another things to the noise. Let me check. We need a value which is random, which are following which are near all of them, so maybe we need to try something new. Let me check. Maybe we can add a new data here. So I have the transform matrix, the root math to translate. Okay, so but I create a, you know what, let me say something like that. Let's add a float for which will be original pose. So it will be oppose. So now that I've created that, I need to add this here. So this is a public vector for oppose. So I will start the original pose of the instance. So now I need to add this, so it will be, it has a size, it's a big buffer. Okay, and now I can say props, props dot oppose is equal to a new vector 4, because I set a vector here, so it will be a new vector 4. I keep a vector 4 in order to keep consistency inside the size of the buffer, so 4 by 4, 4, 4, etc. I'm not mixing between 4 and 3, but it's not the best way. So it will be position, and this is position.x, position.y, and position.z. Okay, so now this is bound to it, and now we can create a new, ooh, I know that unexpected token data where, because I need a semicolon here, so I need to bind that to keep consistency, because if maybe we will try to use it, it's not really important, but I need to say oppose here, and let's say o.oppose, because I need to add this here. So this is the vertex 6, and we will say float3 oppose, float 4, excuse me, oppose. Not necessarily this part, because I don't need to use the original pose inside the fragment shader, but maybe we will use it later. So clearly I'm taking this. Okay, so if I'm correct, I can click play and have the same things as, okay, so if it's working, it's good, because it means there is no problem. So I can simply say float3 oppose is equal to our property.oppose, and this one we will not change it. Okay, and at last we can simply bind this value to our curl noise for the position, and we set the position here, and we use it on the curl noise. I don't know where, so this is the position index. Okay, yeah, we use in the we use the random, not here, so we use the pose. Okay, and I think this is here where we just need to change, and the noise scale also. And now we will not see this kind of bouncing inside the noise, because the first value, yeah, perfect, because as you can see the first value is correct, so no need to bounce. Okay, but now we don't have any great turn, so maybe we need to change a little bit the turn. So let's say transform will static, the scale will be static, the noise color, everything will be static, in fact, just to see how the rotation behave. Okay, so and now I can simply say that, in fact I can simply, just to be to create something static, I can say that. Okay, so now as you can see, for me it's rotating, but a little bit too, I don't know how to say that, maybe too slow or a little bit jiggy. Or maybe we can change this a little bit. So what's happened if we say something like 4 on the scale of the noise? Okay, so this is really the noise 1, not the noise 2. Now if you want something more uniform, 1.5, like the same as the scale might be. or not, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the speed we need to change. Okay, and now I can reactivate everything. Okay, and I think in the shader we didn't choose the W, huh? That had a W. Yeah, we didn't choose that. Okay. So now we don't have the bouncing. Not the bouncing, but it seems to be a little bit too... How can I say that? Yeah, this is more the rotation I wanted. I've scaled it a little bit just to be sure to see it, but 1.25 for example. This is kind of changing, some brutal change in the rotation, so I don't know if I use that, or if it could be better to simply use this one. Because at first we had something like that. We used the position which was this one, and also this one in the scale. But we can use the oppose now. And we have something different. Maybe it's only because of the alpha. What's happened if we don't? Oh my, I think I know why. I think I know why. I've used the oppose, but I haven't offset the oppose. So of course I need to simply say that. So this is why we have this bunch of value. Oh, Instagram have lost the feed, so why I need to reset this. Okay, no problem. So this will be and I forgot this one. Okay, let me just relaunch the feed on Instagram. Okay, so this decide the parameter, the stream value. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, this apply. Okay, stream. I think it's back now. I think we're back on live. Okay. So yeah, now the noise is not bouncing on the body, and this was because I had this jiggy element just because when I use the original pose, which is here, I use it in the curl noise, but I haven't offset it as the pose. So we added this blocky element because the noise was only taking part of the original pose, which is the vertices and not the offset around. So now this is what I meant when I say I wanted something like a featherman. So I can change a little bit this by that, and even going back to the value we had previously. It's strange, and the feed, the NDI feed doesn't seem to be updating, so but why not? Okay, so something like that, maybe. And because we are nearly to the end of the stream, yeah, it's better. Because we're nearly to the end of the stream, I think I will change different things. First of all, I will try what I've said earlier, which is trying to dividing a little bit the body, but I don't think it will work. Let me try on the model. If I take the K0 FBX, okay, so we have the skin. If I set that, can we subdivide it a little bit? Subdivide. Yes, this is this part. Let's see the displays. Do we need that or do I need another one? Because there is a lot of different kind of subdividing. For example, I can say that, and I can subdivide, I think, something like that. Oh, it doesn't subdivide? If I say this and subdivide? No, it doesn't subdivide it. Okay. So this is not working, so why not? So subdivide. No. Okay, so we will use this one. It works. So we have the Catmull Clark handgun, the Catmull Clark Classic, the Open Subdivide Catmull Clark, and the bilinear. Bilinear is quite interesting because I kind of like the blocky things. And let's say in the editor, what's happened if we subdivide to 1? Might be enough subdividing by 1. 2 might be a little bit too much. Yeah, we only subdivide by 1. We don't want to have a too heavy a mesh. So exports, I will save an obj and I will name K0 sub. Okay, and now I will go to Mixamo and see if the subdivide mesh can be taken by our maybe we can upload this and use our characters. So let's try. So now I have a new 3D model which is in the Neo, I think. Okay, this is this one. So where is Mixamo? Mixamo is here. So K0 sub. Don't know if it will work, but maybe it was the shot. Okay, the character is here. So next. It seems it's working. Why not? Might be quite interesting. So this is the worst. The elbow are here, the knee are here, and the groin is here. Okay. Because if we have more vertices, the mesh can be spawned on different area, and we will have more less hole in the shape, but we will keep this edgy 3D model, and because we're spawning instance on the vertices, it will not be a problem. Okay, the character is uploaded, so now I can say on the animation I want the standard walk. I want in place, and I will download everything as an FBX. Oh yeah, there's also an FBX for Unity, but FBX is great, so no problem for that. Okay, let's show. It's called standard FBX, and I think here we have a Mixamo. Okay, we have a new element. So let me change this. We keep this name. It will be renamed as K0 Neo Sub. Okay. .fbx. The obj will be the material also. The obj will be deleted. Okay. K0 Neo Sub. Does it has any animation? I think it has. It's a walk animation, and I think for each one we use a capitalized letter. Okay, and it is working. Let's open it. Do we have? Yes, we apply. We have 900 vertices. 9,000 vertices. Sorry, instead of 4,000, so this is better. Okay, so we have a walk. Yeah, we can extract materials in the same place as the other, and everything is correct. So now I can change this and say K0 Neo Sub will be here. Okay, so it basically looks like the same because the vertices are on the are dispatched on the plane. So but if I try to say, for example, here I want the wireframe, you might see that we have more wireframe now than on this one. I think, I hope so, of course. So this is the subdivide and this is the non-subdivide. So the subdivide is more interesting. So again, we will change the tag for this. This is a Mixamo rig. I thought I can change the tag for all the children at once, but seems not. So I need to open everything, and I don't remember if Unity has a shortcut to unroll every element. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so now I can say this has the same tag, so it will be not a Mixamo mesh but a Mixamo rig. But the body, which is the main thing we use, it's of course a Mixamo mesh. And now I can push in our, whoops, made a mistake. In our controller, I can push the Neo sub. So if everything is working quite well, it will be better. Okay. So let's check if we simply change the nothing. So no rotation, no scale, nothing. And we simply say that the position is not offsetted and the position is equal to the original position, just to check what's happened. And okay, so as you can see, the dispatch is more interesting even if we didn't offset anything. So this is the main idea. So it worked perfectly as we wanted. I need to create a new controller which will be our Neo sub here, and in his working cycle animation it will take his own cycle animation. And now I can simply say I want an animator and drag and drop the controller here. And does it working? It's working, but only one cycle because I forgot on the import parameter to check that the animation is looped. So now it is, and now is our little man is working. Great. So as I said, I don't want to use the same color as yesterday, so I need to find a new ramp. We can change the ramp a little bit on our materials, but where is it? So it's material 6, and we can check if we have any ramp available for that. Do we have any ramp, any beautiful ramp? So let's check a little bit. For example, this one, we have this one, this, oh, this, this one, and then we go on the last one, which is this one, which is really beautiful, but I think I will not use this one. And I think I will go it's strange because in the references I add on the start of this iteration, which was this images, it's basically the same color as yesterday, but we have also this one which is quite beautiful and really purple. Do we add any really purpled let me check. I don't remember if I already I know we had some, yeah, we tried something like that, which was really more pink than purple than the things that we used yesterday. So do we try something like pure purple or not? S20 plus, let's check. Maybe you can say something like really pure purple with a little bit of blue inside of it. Can we have a more yeah, this was this one. I found the background. So there is this one, and this one, and I think it might be interesting to go with this one, going from blue to really purple one. So let's try that. Let's try. The good news is Twitch hasn't shut down since the beginning, so this is cool. Okay, I need to relog on my. Oh my god. Okay, 8. Okay, no problem. Is this one? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's the good logins. Okay. It always takes time to log and relog. So we have this little ramp. Okay. Maybe we can try different things. First of all, if I want to, no, I really need to. So go back to our Photoshop. Something that we can do is simply try to sample the value in it. So I want purple, going to more things, and then going back to something like really blue. So I think my first one here are good, and the last one. So this I don't want this, and I don't want this. I want really something like more bluish. But between the two, we had something more like a little bit like that, I think, and this will have more white in it. And maybe this one can be a little bit too. It was too blue, so the blue is, yeah. So now I know this. So this one was a little bit too blue. So it might be interesting to simply change this by something more like that. Would be more interesting, but there was really this kind of little. Oh, go back here. This kind of value, maybe, not sure, but why not? Okay, seems to be interesting as a ramp. We can try the colored one and then the saturate one, and then change it by something less saturate, so something like that. So this is the ramp 11, and we need to go back here and to drag and drop this here and see. So yeah, I think I know some art director which would be, I think he would be happy to see this color scheme. because he really love using purples. So okay, and I think really I need to desaturate everything, so let's try this one. It will be not the 11 but the 12. Save it, and going back here using the 12 and see how it's behave. Okay, yeah, this is what I have in mind. Maybe there is too blue in it, I don't know. Yeah, I think there is too many blue. The blue need to be ready at the end, a little bit like we had yesterday. So I think it's more something like that, but the blue will need to be more powerful, so something more like that. And this can be a little bit more pinky. And we can go back more in the white value, I think. The more important is really purple on this ramp. So going back here, changing the ramp again, a new ramp, and again new ramp here. Yeah, now it's more interesting. We can change it also the multiplier here if we want to have more, as you can see, more power inside the color. So, and we have this. So as you can see, we can change a little bit. Yeah, we also had this. This is also the little white value we had this, so we need to little bit. Yeah. I'm not sure if I don't prefer the previous one. Yeah, I think it's better, this one. I think we have it, yeah. I think we have it. I will try also with a little less, more vibration, in fact, in the value, a little bit more saturated color, or less saturated and little bit vibration in it, something like that, just to be sure and to try something different. Okay, so this one, and try this and this. where this, so the thick emissive, the smooth emissive, I want to multiply this. I think the point emissive is not on the good place, it would be more like that. Okay. Because I think the blue is a little bit, what can I say? The blue seems to be quite not enough saturated, so yeah, something like that. But I don't have any, I need more variation on the depth of these parts, so we can simply add more value. And this is the color I don't like, so I need to change it a little bit. We have some kind of gray here, and this is really not beautiful, but this is a normal interpolation between the two colors, so maybe this is one, just don't need this, and something like that. But we have this gray area which is not really interesting. Okay, last ramp, and we will end here, I think. I really think I need to follow the color rules. Something going like that, for example. It would seem more accurate for me, something like that. Yeah, on the color scheme it should be more accurate. We should avoid the gray area due to the fact that we are going up and down, because the pink are before the purple, then the blue, and we're going to purple, pink, blue, so it's far from perfect. And yes, we have it. Really purple one. .5, let's say something more like 0.1 here for the appearance and disappearance. We can add a little bit of emission to our shape to bring just enough. Can reduce the scale here. Okay, and now we have this kind of little now we have some glowy parts, so it might be good. And I can bring more blue value in it by simply offsetting a little bit. Like that, so it would add more blue. And because it's 5 minutes before the tomorrow, let's finish that. Great. Okay, test our last ramp here, and for us it's a go. Okay, so this is the end of this experiment. I kind of like this little featherman, so it's really different than yesterday, but it's basically the same animation, so this is why I like it. So yeah, perfect. Also, thank you all for following this stream tonight, and I hope I will see you tomorrow and the day after and again and again. For the weekend, I will not be streaming the night. I think I will be streaming during the day. I will try to stream during the afternoon. I will make an announcement on Instagram tomorrow morning, but maybe between, I don't know, 15 to yeah, 3 p.m. to 6 maybe. I think I will try that. So thank you all, thank you for following, and hope you like it, and see you next time. Bye.